Well, yesterday was a historic day in the sport of NASCAR as they unveiled the much-anticipated Next Gen car that will be in action next season, starting at the Daytona 500. Yesterday, each manufacturer revealed their car. Our own Shannon Spake was on hand to be a part of the big announcement, alongside NASCAR President Steve Phelps, Cup Series drivers, including our reigning champion Chase Elliott, and other key personnel. And here is Chase and Denny Hamlin's thoughts on that new car.
My first impressions are really good, honestly. I mean, the car has a great look to it.
Now we're seeing a lot of the street characteristics built right into our race cars that we're going to be performing on the racetrack.
It's a home run from a visual standpoint. Obviously, the most important piece of this whole puzzle is the on-track entertainment.
Big change from the normal side skirts that we've had. The front fascia, it's got that great, carbon fiber look.
The car has a much more sleek look. It's not as boxy.
The rounded tail of the car, more structure and shape to the rear quarter panel.
Everyone is excited on one hand and a little nervous too, just to see what this product looks like on track.
Excited and nervous, Chase Elliott says. Here's some specific areas of the Next Gen car that are different from our current car. I want to walk through the first one being the center lock wheel. Andy, what's different about this?
Yeah, low profile tire with a big wheel, and it's got a one center lug nut. No more 5 off, 5 on.
So
Yep.
one on, one off.
Yep,
Right.
And I just got to tell you, I love the engine cooling, much more efficient. Everything about this car is just more stylistic, and it's more efficient. And this cooling certainly leads to that. I don't think you're going to see overheating issues.
Yeah, the diffuser is a part of the underwing that runs completely underneath the car, and this is the part that really kind of activates it at the rear.
And finally, this for the driver.
We're going to get to do 5-speed sequential shifting. Sequential shifting.
What are you going to do with that extra
That's
gear?
hard to say.
How fun is that to say? I'm going to gear down in the corners, Andy.
Yeah.
Here's the last one, Andy. What do you say about this?
Yeah,
rear
the
tire
deck lid's shorter, and so you've got this less overhang, and that looks more like a production car that you see on the showroom floor. I think that's one of the things that the manufacturers are really happy about.
What I love about it is just how cool it looks. I mean, when you stand by it with those flared fenders, I mean, it's just a really neat-looking race car.
It is a sharp-looking race car. Your initial impression of it, Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, the same. We've been involved in this thing from the start, but now seeing the manufacturers' cars, I mean, all of them, not just the Camaro, which I think is the prettiest one, right? But the other ones are really, really good-looking cars.
And it was a long process, right, to get this thing ready? You mentioned that you guys were part of the development. You had a front-row seat to it. What was the process like of getting this car completed?
Yeah, it's been about a year and a half. We were lucky enough to be tapped by NASCAR to take the Delara design and really build it in our shop and take it to the first test. And that was kind of a unique experience. We had Austin Dillon driving the car, and it's definitely different. It's got a lot of things it does better than the old car. Some things it's not quite as good. It's going to be more challenging from the drivers.
Yeah.
So the drivers have been talking about how they're a little nervous about what to expect.
Well, you heard Chase Elliott say just that, excited and nervous. And I just wondered, what's your feedback from Austin Dillon when he drives it? Is there a big smile on his face? I like what this thing does.
He really liked the sequential shifter, and then the brakes. He said brakes were just incredible because they're so much bigger. You can fit a lot bigger brake inside that 18-inch wheel, and so that's something the drivers are really going to like. The steering's rack and pinion, so it's all a completely different feel to the driver.
You got one I can borrow this next year?
We're going to have one extra one probably.
All right.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.